you can't accept that you will get millions of subscribers. No, not in the niche industry, not in the niche sports. But you get your clients, you get your subscribers, and they are normally very loyal to sports. And this means they are loyal to you, to your platform, as long as you broadcast.
Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of Retention Zone, the video podcast focused on streaming monetization and acquiring and retaining customers. Today, I have with me Kirill Magaev, who's a streaming expert that had a long career in anything media. But let me first ask Kirill to introduce himself, please.
Hi, Carlo. Very nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, readers. Very happy to be here. Well, I started almost 70 years ago to work in the sports media industry, starting with Sport 5, acquiring and selling media rights, mostly football, of course. Later on, we had the opportunity to distribute the Olympic Games, 14 and 16. And this was my first step into the media, into the sports media. Later on, I did it by myself, the same story like Sport 5, acquiring and selling media rights. And later on, I established my own sports OTT platform for niche sports in the German-speaking countries to broadcast the sports which are there, which are produced, professionally produced, and have enough fans, but not good enough for big players, like we all know. And for the moment, I'm running my own consultancy and supporting companies and mostly startups on their development in the OTT industry, let's say like that.
And you are in the OTT Red community where we met, by the way. Shout out to Chris Redmond for creating that.
Yes, of course. Yes, of course. Chris Redmond is now a big part of my life, an OTT Red community.
Yeah. So, so the story, tell me the story of, because I haven't met many people that said, oh, I started my OTT platform, meaning direct to consumer, so not a vendor side platform. That seems quite a story. And I think there are a lot of lessons learned. So let's go a bit deep into that story, if you like.
Yes, with pleasure. It's a story, and I had to learn a lot. With a partner, we decided that we realized that there are many sport events, there are content which are there, and there are enough fans, but not enough for big players like public broadcasters like DAZN or Sky. And that's why we built our own OTT platform. With many mistakes we did, first of all, we established an external company to build a white label solution. At the first moment, it looks very well, but then we realized this platform is not able to work with live streams. And the funny story is not able to work with streams from, let's say, from US, as they were in middle of the night, like broadcasting UFC or some MMA fights. So we had to find a solution, and the best solution was to build our own platform. It's not perfect, definitely, but we built during, I think, in 3 or 6 months, our platform, which we had always to improve, to rebuild. And this is the IT part. So what we learn, and it works smoothly. Later on, the question is, of course, to get the content, to sell the content to the to the clients. It was B2C platform at the beginning. And of course, the one idea was, as we work with niche sports, the fans are somehow desperate and they are looking for their content, and they always check online where they can stream or watch it. And that's how we use it at the beginning, to work directly B2C with very small amount for marketing budget. Yes, so then the next step was to find a solution how to get more subscribers, more viewers, and then the goal was to go to B2B, to cooperate with big players, like to have own small, let's say, universe on their platform where the fans can watch us and and we will do the B2B deal with the broadcasters, with the big players, with OTT platforms. And this is what shortly what was the model of the platform.
Mm-hmm. And basically, so again, what was the name of the platform? Because
It
just
was,
to spoiler alert, it doesn't exist anymore, and that's where the
yes,
lesson
it
learned
doesn't
comes.
exist. It was XYZ Sports TV.
It exists Sport TV.
Yeah.
And so it was, the region was DACH, Deutschland,
Yes,
Austria, and Switzerland.
yes.
And you started from 0 subscriber, basically.
Zero completely. And the best thing, we started with 0 subscriber 1 week before COVID.
Oh, wow.
So
Oh, wow.
yes, yeah. So we spent 1 year paying the platform, paying bills without getting any content, without selling any subscription. So the first year was boring and challenging in the same time, as we didn't have any broadcast. But later on, we started with Volleyball Champions League,
Okay.
and this works much better, of course. and
And you had
we
a
got
digital marketing. You had a digital marketing. So you were doing digital market to acquire customers.
yes and no. First, we start talking to the clubs itself to tell them, and to the fans of the club, fan clubs. As you can imagine, in volleyball in DACH, it's not so huge like in Italy or like in Poland, where volleyball
Yeah.
is almost
Yeah.
national sport.
Yeah.
So we spoke to the clubs. They put all the information about us, where to watch, the prices, and cooperate on a high level. And I think my best experience was, in this case, we spoke with Berlin Recycling Volleys. It's a volleyball club from Berlin. We talked to them, and they made an incredible good video, promo video, with two top players of Berlin. And they promote our platform, let's say, for free, just that their fans could see the matches of Berlin on our platform. This was a very interesting experience, and I'm still enjoy to watch this short clip, to see it again, how the guys,
And
yes, invest
so
their
basically,
effort.
you went really because it's one thing that I always thought in general for certain type of sport and certain going really grassroots where the fans are through the structure of the sport. So in Italy, there will be a federation. Federation will have the leagues, but then there will be also all the clubs. They have a name in Italy. And I was thinking, if I'm in a tennis club, shouldn't I have, just using tennis for an example, shouldn't I have a discount for if I'm a member of a tennis club? Shouldn't I have a kind of promotion and discount for whatever it is, tennis TV in this case? I always thought that if you go for certain sport, it doesn't work. Obviously, it doesn't work for Formula One. But certain sports that are participation sports, a marketing that really goes to where the people are playing, maybe it's very, how can I say, it's very bottom up. So you need to find the way to distribute the promotion very bottom up through the structure of the sport in each country. But as you were focused on, a smaller set of countries and not global, maybe that was also, and these sports, you were doing a service to them almost, right?
100% with you, 100% with you. This was one of the ideas too, to go directly to promote it on site, to tell them, guys, fans, here we are, here you can watch your team or your players, if you speak about tennis.
Yes.
And this is, I think, well, it's not for every sport, like you told, not for Formula One possible,
Yeah.
but for tennis, for I think for all team sports, volleyball, handball, basketball, whatever, this will be possible.
And in terms of business model, what you were only as VOD, or I know you did experimentation also there, correct?
Correct. We started with some monthly subscription and with pay-per-view. Especially, my opinion, as a new player, you have to propose pay-per-view to give the clients, the user, security that nothing will be booked again and again from their credit cards. I speak about subscriptions. So the first year we proposed PPV for each match and monthly subscription. Later on, as we had more events, more sports, we realized that the different sport fans have completely different attitude. It means there is no, they are not connecting to each other. So there is no overspiel, or this overspiel is incredibly small. So we tried to establish a sport pass. We did it with table tennis. We cooperate with a German platform called Sport Deutschland TV and promoted and sold sport pass or table tennis pass on this platform to the table tennis fans. And I think, speaking about OTT, this is one of the most crucial points at the moment. So what do we have at the moment? We have to buy a monthly subscription with almost all content platform provide. So normally, if you go to the restaurant, you don't need to buy the whole package. You can decide, but you can
But
decide.
I have to say, depending.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and this is what I think is important for the fans, especially maybe football is in one part because we have huge number of football fans and they love to watch own team and other teams. But speaking about other sports, like let's say all other sports, people like to support or follow own players or follow own teams, and this will be um, a huge support for the platforms if they provided just league pass, or even, let's say, going further, just club pass. So if you follow your club, you can watch just matches of your club. And this is another part, is financial part. So why should I pay an amount X and getting just 10% of it, or like consuming just 10% of this product?
Yeah. And in terms of normally when I very often work in this kind of scenarios where you have the league, the bundle, the league, the club, and even the match. The blocking point in many of the discussions that I've been involved into is the pricing. It's difficult to find the pricing that doesn't jeopardize the bigger one. No, you cannot do a match too expensive, otherwise it's not, the value is not there. But then you put a club, it would have 20 or more matches in a season. Then you put the league. So were you able to find a way for pricing that work? Because I think that's the challenge normally.
Oh, as you told, we started from the scratch. We had to find our way. So our monthly subscription was €10 per month. And for pay-per-view for each match, we started with €6 per match. And it was very interesting to see how many people were ready to buy two matches for €12. So means €2 more than a monthly subscription, just to avoid to have a subscription. So I think this is in a model which can work. So yes, one match should be cheaper than the whole subscription. But let's say if they're ready to buy two matches and pay more, this is your model.
One thing you mentioned before, that depending on the sport, the fans are very different. I remember you mentioned some example.
Yes, so we had several sports, and for example, let's take golf and table tennis. For the golf fans, they made their subscription and never control the breaks during the season. So we had several breaks, like let's say 1 month, but no one canceled the subscription or no one paused the subscription. Speaking about, for example, table tennis, I had the situation where for each break over 1 month, people were cutting the subscription and coming back when tournament starts again. So this was another point we learned from this, let's say, project. You have to have a program which runs smoothly the whole year without long breaks. Yes, for golf it's not so relevant, but for other sports, maybe like table tennis, or let's say for even for football, people will control the situation. It's financial aspect. So and you need to compare the prices in the industry too. So how much you need to pay for the fee on the golf place, and how much it costs to buy a racket for table tennis. This is another point which when you build your price, you have to analyze and to see what your clients are able to pay and what not.
So lesson learned is the different sport communities based on the sport behave different. You need to adapt the business model. From what you're saying, I assume the retention of customer was in these different ways was not bad, was quite good. But maybe the seasonality of sport is the real challenge for this kind of platforms. So you need to either find ways to fill the gap, which everybody's trying with different ways now with, original series, or just accept and make sure that with the marketing you bring people back when things are starting again. What's your lesson learned there?
Exactly what you told. So look, even in football, we have the summer break. And even we have so many tournaments, friendly tournaments in summer. We don't speak about World Cup or Euro.
Yeah.
And you have this gap. You have to accept it somehow. If you can't feel it, and normally you can't feel it, accept it. And for us, it was important to get the clients back. So we used email subscriptions. So we sent emails informing that we are back in 1 week. It starts again, and it always took some time. I could see that some customers were coming back after event started already. So in table tennis, for example, it's 3, 5, 6, sometimes 7 days. So people were coming back not on the first day, like on the second or on the third day. And this is another lesson to learn, to inform your clients on time. And the problem is not to send too many emails and not enough, because like if you check your mailbox, you have so many emails every day, and one another point important, not to be in a spam folder. This is important too. And this is I think there is no perfect solution for this question or this problem. It's always learning by doing, and each fan group has different behavior.
And sorry, why did this ended? That's not the nice part, but
it's not a nice part. And I thought you won't ask
but
me
it's
about
live.
it.
But it's live.
That's live. We have a huge competition on the DACH market. As you know, last summer, Dyn Sport, Dyn Media started.
My friend Cypher and Andrea Seiden, to be honest.
Say hello from my side to them. They started, and of course, it's not easy to compete against players like Dyn, especially as it with Axel Springer in the background and private equity in the background. This is the situation I had to accept.
Yeah, but so if someone wants consultancy advice or work with Kirill, I mean, clearly he went through by doing, not only by strategizing or writing about or speaking about it. So I think it's a good experience that you can really leverage for the future, I guess.
I think so too. You can make many mistakes. You always will make mistakes. You can't avoid it. And this is, I think, part of our life. Now being philosophical a little bit.
But with the beard, you can. You look like a philosopher.
Yes, I had to put it on my LinkedIn profile. Like, yes, philosophy is another part. No, but yes. So if I could help someone building or improving their OTT platform or strategy, we'll be always happy to do it. Okay. And to support. And the market is huge, so there are many possibilities for OTT players. Like, as we started in the niche industry, and I think the idea was correct, especially as Dyn moved after us a few years later. So there is a model, there is possibilities.
The niche are important. I think that's a kind of the more and more, I think there is more sophistication. So the business model are becoming, everything is more sophisticated, and the niches, especially in sport, are becoming super relevant, I guess.
Agree. And we have so many sports. We have so many fans of each sport, and they love to see it. And I think you can't accept that you will get millions of subscribers. No, not in the niche industry, not in the niche sports. But you get your clients, you get your subscribers, and they are normally very loyal to sports. And this means they are loyal to you, to your platform, as long as you broadcast. And their sport entities, I mean, the federations or the leagues, normally they are very cooperating, and they understand the importance of being broadcasted, and they support too. Not all, unfortunately, but most.
Va bene. Thank you, Kirill. Have a great weekend.
You too, Carla. Thank you very much for this opportunity. It was good to talk to you. Thank you very much.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.